Alrighty, and what is up everybody? It is your boy Farai. Thank you once again for tuning into another video. Today I have something really cool to show you. We're going to be taking a look at Slate Digital's brand new plugin, MetaTune. Now this is a pitch correction software and it just kind of blows my mind. I've had a few days to use it and I ended up recording way more doubles than I usually do, simply because of the kind of extra functionality that you have on this plugin. But what we'll do in this video is we'll take a quick listen to what I've recorded so you can get an idea of what the pitch correction software sounds like, and we will take a look at how we can integrate it into our workflow as well as just the overall functionality, and we'll take a look at the layout. So yeah man, with that being said, let's get straight into it. Definitely check the link below to check out Slate Digital's site to learn more about the plugin. You can get this part of their bundle, so for 15 bucks a month you can get this, and yeah, you'll be good to go. So let's take a listen and let's get into it.
Let's get it. Can't sleep, baby, tell me that you love me. I can't let you down, you can trust me. Head in the clouds, stars right above me. Fell way too deep, but we got lucky. All my life I think thoughts I can't deny. Just hold me right now when it's nighttime. I'm a rock star, cutting all these bands now. You a star, baby, all you do is stand out. Put in work, baby, you know I'm the man now. She calling on my phone every time I'm not around. Rack, I got racks. Do my two-step every time she throw it back. We can hit the mall and ball out just like the Lakers. Day ones now, we up like elevators. I'm turned up, I can't calm down. My heart is gold, can't break me down. This is real life, no games right now. Look at them, watch, they hate it now. Baby, tell me that you love me. I can't let you down, you can trust me. Head in the clouds, stars right above me. Fell way too deep, but we got lucky. All my life I think thoughts I can't deny. Just hold me right now when it's nighttime.
Alrighty, but there you go. That is what it sounds like, and to me it sounds pretty damn sweet. Let me just turn off this never-ending delay. But yeah man, there you go. It sounds absolutely impeccable, man. I've recorded the whole track using it. Again, that is my workflow. I am a recording engineer, mixing engineer, and when we record artists, 9 times out of 10, if they are using auto-tune, they are going to want to hear it in real time. So workflow wise, you are able to use it in real time. They do have the slow latency setting, which to me is everything, because you know it doesn't get in the way. There's no delay, right? Latency equals delay, so you don't want any of that while recording. And again, the layout is simple enough to where it doesn't get in the way of the creative process, right? To me, pitch correction is very much a creative thing, right? It's like, you know, you set the settings and then you kind of work your way into it, you know? So to me, it gets that job done. You know, using it with the Slate plugins, you know, again, I did most of the mix, 90% of the plugins with Slate plugins, or most of the mix with the Slate plugins. Altogether, it sounds good. I mean, you can hear it. It sounds very nice. It sounds very full and professional. So yeah, let's kind of look at the layout of the plugin. Again, workflow-wise, it works. But yeah, very simple and easy to use layout. So we kind of look at this top panel right here, and we have two things that kind of interest me, right, or strike my interest, and that is the preset section. We have our groups, right, to run through. Just now, as you can see, I got all my background vocals routed to the group section, all my main vocals and main ad-libs kind of on group 1. We can name everything. I'm a bit lazy, right? I kind of keep a note in my mind, mental note in my mind of what is where, but again, I just did one for reference sake. We can have our main vocal. We could call this one, for example, our ad-lib, right? And we can just have an overview of what's going on. Again, we have our preset section, so if you're somebody who has recurring customers, or if you're somebody who works on different types of track, you can save your presets. They're very simple, right? So over here, this to me is important. I know a lot of people kind of look past this, but this is a redo and undo button, and you know, other pitch correction softwares out there just don't have this, right? So being able to kind of choose a setting and then say, I don't like that, I liked what I had, is important, right? And I think that is a it's kind of a underappreciated thing to have. So yeah, there you go. You can also save your different versions of, so you can have a snapshot of one preset and then go to another one, just to kind of A/B. Really cool, right? So over here we have our this kind of orb that's kind of floating around, and that's really going to represent how much of the pitch correction we're applying, also how fast we're pitch correcting. So you can see this kind of kicks in. But yeah, really cool. Again, we also have a doubler, which we'll talk about just now. Really cool. You can actually use this as a standalone kind of background effect as well, if you wanted a more kind of Daft Punky sound, you could do that. But yeah, really cool, right? So we'll kind of work on the main parts of the plugin. Most importantly are these three knobs right here. We've got our speed knob, our sustain, and then our mount. So speed, for those who are big into pitch correction, is basically going to dictate how fast the pitch correction is going to kick in, right? If you want more of a T-Pain sound, you can turn it up. If you want more of a natural ballady sound, you're going to turn it down. If you're someone like me who can kind of stretch the pitch correction software, and that's how you know it's good when it allows you to do that, is I'm going to keep it just at a kind of stock setting, and then allow me to communicate with the plugin and kind of get a sound that I like. So I like mine at 2.238. I found sounds really good. What they have as well is a kind of overdrive setting, right? You can actually kick this thing into kind of a nitrous oxide mode where it's going to work overtime for you and allow you to get an even harder hitting sound. So if you were to mix this together with the sustain, you can get a really insane kind of jaggedy sounding auto-tune sound, right? And that's really cool. So, you know, you can manipulate things, man. Again, pitch correction to me is very much artistic. So you have to, you know, have settings that are going to allow you to kind of manipulate it, right? And we can do that. You can automate stuff. You can have fun. But yeah, as we move over to the sustain section, sustain is basically going to be, it's similar to a compressor, right? But in this case, it's going to be allowing you to decide how long that pitch correction is going to hold on to certain notes, right? So if you wanted a more ballady sound, you can turn that sustain up, right? If you wanted a more harsh hitting kind of T-Painy sound, you're going to turn that decay or sustain down, my bad. And as you can see, I did that. I actually utilized that on the background vocals, right? So all of the background vocals that I had are utilizing a longer sustain to kind of get that nice, more smooth sounding pitch correction sound. So there you go. Over here, simple, right? We have the amount knob, and this again is just going to dictate how aggressively or how much of that pitch correction is actually being applied to the voice. Think of this as kind of more tight and more loose, right? We might have a more loose sounding pitch correction. It's not going to be doing too much. This is more for the, you know, real professional singers, you know, rappers. You know, we don't have much singing ability, so we really lean on this pitch correction software. And again, it does the job right. So yeah, really cool and simple to use. Over here, group section, right? To me, this is important. This is basically going to allow you to assign different types of vocals towards certain groups. And the benefit in that is you are able to then manipulate multiple instances of different vocals or multiple instances of the pitch correction software all within one instance of it, right? So you can see right here, boom, I can manipulate that, and now all of the background vocals are being affected, right? To me, this is just a huge time saver, especially once, I mean, you think me having 7 backgrounds is bad. I mean, certain artists are going to have 20, right? We just don't have the time to be going through every single one. So to me, this is a huge time saver. So beautiful stuff. Over here, so this is where you'll be able to do that. As you can see, I've got 7. You know, I've got different vocals that are all assigned, and it just works out, right? Over here, we have our latency settings, right? So if you were to utilize what I'll go through right now, you could actually, after recording, turn this note stabilizer on. And what the note stabilizer does, it allows you to not correct notes shorter than a certain amount. So the shortest amount would be 40 milliseconds, right? Now, personally, I am somebody who is always going to stick to what I've heard before. So once I've recorded my track, I'm going to keep it on low latency mode, and it's going to work for me, right? And the performance is not affected. To me, it sounds good as it is, right? There's no need to adjust it. But if you were to, again, this is all stylistic, you can have it not affected. Now, the reason why you would want to have this on is because at times you're going to get a fluttery sounding effect that is just a byproduct of pitch correction software in general, right? So if you find that your voice is kind of jumping out too much in certain points within your track, you can adjust this and see what works for you. But for me personally, I like to keep it raw and gritty. I'm going to keep it on low latency mode, and I would advise all the rappers out there to bounce between the two and see what works. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, over here we have our pitch section or our note section right here. And to start us off, man, we've got this heat map right here. Now the heat map is pretty much as it is, right? It's going to pretty much show you where your voice is finding itself within the scale. So in this track, we're using a F sharp major, and as you can see, my voice is mostly sitting around F sharp. So if we just go to the verse section right here,
I'm a rock star, counting all these bands now. You a star, baby, all you do is stand out. Put in work, baby, you know I'm the man now.
so you can see da 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 da, and to reference that, they've got a tone generator. How cool is that, right? So, and we can actually just turn that down with the tone volume knob. And that's the scale of the song, right? So really cool. The heat map allows you just to visually see where you are in the track and where it's kind of pulling your voice towards. And yeah, cool and handy, right? Looks visually pleasing as well. Again, over here, man, we need life to be simple. So I need to be able to quickly find the scale or choose the scale that I need to work with. And as you can see, in this case, we're working in the scale. I use software to detect the beats pitch, and then I just simply go along and then do that. You can also manually add what you'd like if you into that. Again, my workflow is in this way. So to me, I can easily get the job done of choosing the scale. So simple to use, right? We do have different types of scales here. We've got major and minor mostly, and flats and sharps. Really cool, right? Again, you've also got this chromatic section right here. Now, chromatic is for the more, as I said, professional singers. I know Rihanna, for example. I've read old magazines where, the engineers are talking about Rihanna records in chromatic. Now, what this means is it is basically the auto-tune is going to tune your voice towards the closest note. Now, if you're not able to sing, that's not really going to work. But if you are somebody who's able to sing in F sharp, able to sing in G, then it is just going to kind of correct your voice to there. So, all of the capability is there if you need to sound more natural. So this is something that you can make use of. So really cool. We've got a bypass knob right here. So if you just want to A-B your pitch correction, you can do that, right? This is something that other software does not have. So really cool. And yeah, we can also make use of, for example, here we can hold the tone generator to kind of find chords. Oh, and we can use that to, again, help us find and identify the scale of our song. But yeah, really cool, man. If we kind of go through the doubler real quick and see what that sounds like, it is very nice and very simple to use.
I'm a rock star, cutting all these bands now. You a star, baby.
You can utilize that on your doubles to really help you get a different sound. You can actually use, this is 2 plugins actually in one. You could actually just slap this onto one of your effects sends and then have it as a double and then create cool kind of pitches and different lower notes and all sorts of things. I mean, just the customizability is there. But overall, yeah, really cool sounding plugin. Again, I tried to, on purpose this time, utilize mostly Slate Digital plugins so that I could get an idea of what this type of workflow would sound like, and I am very much impressed with what everything sounds like together. There's just a kind of unity that happens. So, I would definitely recommend getting the bundle if you were looking for all-in-one solution. They do now have a pitch correction software, which actually sounds good. So I'm going to be using this moving forward. And yeah, man, I mean, just the group functionality, for example, I have 2 groups of main vocals because a lot of people always ask me, I have words that are overlapping, right? So my solution to that is just simply to have 2 sets of main vocal, right? So in that case, all I'm going to be doing then is just assigning both to group 1 and then being able to adjust them as needed, right? As simple as that. So yeah, really cool. Again, we can look at different parts of the track. For example, we have me personally, I like to stretch the ends of phrases, but the auto-tune never gets in the way on the parts that I don't want to sound too tuned. So
I'm a rock star, cutting all these bands now. You a star, baby, all you do is stand out.
You see what I mean? So we can stretch it, and to me, that's what marks good pitch correction software. If we actually just solo the doubles, so you can get an idea of what they sound like. So we can either have that super tight, right, or a bit more loose and a bit more natural. And we could adjust the sustain as well.
I'm a rock star, cutting all these bands now. You a star, baby, all you do is stand out. Put in work, baby, I'm the man now. She calling on my phone every time I'm not around. Rack, I got racks. Do my 2-step every time she throw it back. We can hit the mall and ball out just like the Lakers. Day ones now, we up like elevators. I'm turned up, I can't calm down. My heart is gold, can't break me down. This is real life, no games right now. Look at them, watch, they hate it now. Baby, tell me that you love me. All my life I think thoughts I can't deny. Just hold me right now when it's nighttime. I'm a rock rock star, counting all these bands now. You a star, baby, all you do is stand out. Put in work, baby, you know I'm the man now. She calling on my phone every time I'm not around. Rack, I got racks. Do my two-step every time she throw it back. We can hit the mall and ball out just like the Lakers. Day ones now, we up like elevators. I'm turned up, I can't calm down. My heart is gold, can't break me down. This is real life.
But yeah, overall, man, a really fun and easy plugin to use. So hopefully you have learned something in this video. Hopefully this is now going to motivate you to step your pitch correction game up and check out this plugin. Shout out to Slate Digital for sponsoring this video. And yeah, man, I'll check out in the next one. Again, check the link below to check out their site and check out their subscription. Lots of plugins included, which all sound good. I know that's not the main focus of this video, but this distressor, oh, nasty. The CQ, right? It's old, but it just sounds so good, right? It's been around for a while, but it still sounds so good. And yeah, I've had a lot of fun using it. So yeah, man, I'll check out in the next one. Have a good one. Peace out.